Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Travel Tech. So in this video, I'll be showing you a quick installation, the on-screen settings and the in-app settings for the 70mai A810. So let's not waste any time and jump in straight into the installation of this dash cam. Start the installation by wiping the area of the windshield where you want to install the dash camera. Take a compatible microSD card and insert it into the microSD card slot of the dash cam. Press it gently to hear a clicking sound. Take the windshield mount of the dash camera and slide it onto the mounting adapter and remove the covering 3M sticker tape. Then adapt the dash camera onto the windshield and press it gently for proper adhesion. Insert the Type-C cable into the power port, and following that also insert the rear camera power cable into the dash camera port. Wipe the rear windshield area where you want to install the rear dash camera. Take the rear dash cam and remove the 3M sticker covering tape and adapt the rear camera gently on top of the windshield. Take the rear camera cable and attach it to the AV power cable of the rear camera. Following this, take the 12 volt adapter and insert it into the 12 volt socket of the car. Take the USB power cable and insert it into the USB port and turn on the car. Now I can adjust the rear camera angle by looking at the display on the dash camera screen. Get the right angle by giving a proper view. Also, you can do the same thing for the front camera by looking at the screen or also doing this in the 70mai app. Now the 70mai A810 dashcam is successfully installed. So here I have the 70mai A810 mounted on the windshield of my car, and today we'll be talking about the on-screen settings and along with that the in-app settings for this dash camera. So taking a look at the display, it's a bright and clear IPS display. It has a resolution of around 360p. So it's viewable from anywhere from within the car. So there are some indicators provided on the screen. So as you can see, first of all, it is showing the recording status. Then you have the hotspot notification, you have the mic notification, and the additional camera, that is a rear camera notification shown on top of the screen. So while looking at the screen, you can know the status of the various different indicators of this dash cam. Following this, you have the current date and time being shown on top of the screen. At the bottom there are 4 buttons, and these 4 buttons have corresponding logos. So the first button is to switch camera, the second one is the emergency record button, the third one is for the gallery, and the fourth button is for the in-dash camera settings, which you can access directly by pressing on this screen. So first of all, let's start with the switch camera. So if I press on this, it switches the camera to the rear camera view, and you will be able to directly watch what's behind the car using the rear camera. But do note that the video stream is not real time. It takes about 2 to 3 second lag. So that means if you're using this to reverse your car, it might not be very helpful. So let's head back onto the front camera view. So the second button is for the emergency recording. So whenever you face any issue or you see some incident happening in front or the rear of the car, you can press this button and it will record an emergency video immediately. So I'll just show you a demo. So I'll just press on this. It gives you an audio chime, and a recording emergency video notification also pops up on the screen and saves it into the microSD card into a separate folder. So following this, you have the third button, which is the gallery button. So if you click on that, it will give you a notification and it says that entering the album will stop video recording. And if you click on the tick mark, that is the right button, now it has entered the album, and here you have the all videos, then you have the emergency video, parking surveillance video, time-lapse recording, and photo. So you can view all of these within the dash camera screen, and you don't have to open up your smartphone in order to access all of these. And if I click on all video, so as you can see, it is showing up the thumbnails of all the videos that have been currently recorded, both the front and the rear camera. So this is a very neat and a very convenient feature because you can access any video and take a look at the recorded videos of the dashcam immediately without having to connect it to your smartphone. So that was the third option. And now finally you have the settings button. Now this is one of the most important buttons. So as soon as you click on the settings button, you have again some sub menus. The first one is for the video settings, the second is for system settings, then you have the format memory card, then you have parking security option, then you have smart travel, then you have the sound settings. Following this, you have the download app option and the system update option. Then you have a factory reset, warranty activation, and lastly the about section. So let's head back onto the first option, that is a video settings option. So if I click on the video setting option, so the first option is the recording duration, and if you click on that, you will get option to record videos from 1 to 3 minutes. So currently it is set at 1 minute. Following this, you have the video storage option. So if you click on that,
You can select the high compression ratio or the low compression ratio based on your requirement. So the third option and the most important option is the video resolution. So if you click on that, you get three different options for recording the videos. That is 3840 into 2160 4K resolution at 25 frames per second. Following this, you have 1920 into 1080, which is a full HD resolution at 60 frames per second, and also you get 1920 at 1080p. Probably this is at 30 frames per second. So these three resolution options are available within this dashcam. So let's head back and take a look at some more options. So you have HDR enable or disable switch. You can enable or disable it based on your requirement. And then following this, you have the refresh rate options. You can select the PAL 50 Hz, NTSC 60 Hz, JPN 55 Hz. So these refresh rate options are available. Following this, you have the speed, latitude and longitude being displayed on the video. So you can enable or disable it based on your requirement. Then you have the 70mai logo, which you can enable or disable. Following this, you have the extended cam image, and lastly you have the extended cam rotation, which is the rear camera rotation. So you can rotate the image of the rear camera by enabling or disabling this particular option. So these were the options which are present in the video settings. Then you have the system settings option, and if we head into the system settings, the first option is the Wi-Fi hotspot. So if you click on that, you can turn on or turn off the Wi-Fi hotspot right here. Then you have the power on Wi-Fi setting, and if we click on that, it says when enabled, Wi-Fi will be on every time you turn on the device. So this will take up more power and generate some more heat. So preferably keep it off unless you are using it to connect it to a smartphone. Following this, you have the screen off time. So you can keep the screen always on, which is going to generate extra heat, or you can select to keep the screen only on for about 1 minute and then for about 30 seconds. Following this, you have auto off when stopped. So in this, you have the options to do not turn off automatically, auto off in 5 minutes after stop, auto off in 10 minutes and auto off in 20 minutes. So all these options are also present in this. Following this, you have the system time option where you can change the system time. Then down below you have the system language. In this you have certain language options which you can select based on your geographical location. Then you have the date format where you can select the YYMMDD or MMDD-YY or DDMM-YY date format. Then you have the speed UOM, that is the speed units. You can select either the kilometer per hour or miles per hour. Then you have the satellite positioning status, which is the GPS status, and if you click on this, it will show you the current status of the GPS satellites being caught by the dash camera. So these were the options in the system setting submenu. Next, if we head on, there is a format option, and if I click on that, it is going to format the micro SD card. Then you have the parking security option. So you can enable parking security once you have hardwired the dash camera. So first of all, you have collision detection, and now it says no parking surveillance cable is detected. So this can be activated once the hardware kit has been installed. So then you have the motion detection. Again, it needs the hardware kit. So you have the time-lapse recording option. You can enable or disable it. Then you have the smart travel option here, and if you click on that, you have an emergency video and the ADAS option, which is the advanced driver assistance system. You can enable or disable those settings in the smart travel submenu. Following this, you have the sound settings, and if we click on that, you can turn on or turn off the prompt tone. Below this, you have the button sound. If you want, you can get a clicking sound at the press of each button, or you can disable it based on your requirement. Then you have the audio recording option, which is to turn on or turn off the mic. Then you have the speaker volume to adjust the level of the speaker volume of the dash camera. So these were the sound settings. Then you have the download app option. So in case if you have not downloaded the app, you can scan the QR code from within this dashcam display and download the respective app. Then you have the system update option. So if you have downloaded any system update file, you can come to this menu and start the update process of the dashcam. Then you have factory reset option, which will reset all the system settings to the factory settings. Then you have the warranty activation option, which again shows you a QR code in order to scan and activate the warranty of the dashcam. And lastly, you have the about section, which displays the camera model, the current software version and the time it was published. So these were the on-screen settings of the dash camera. Now let's head on to the in-app settings and show you in detail what various options the camera has within the 70mai app. So here is my smartphone, and I'm currently going to open up the 70mai app. So as soon as I open it up, it displays that there is no device connected. So I'll just click on the add button, and now it is scanning the nearby Bluetooth devices, and here it's already showing the 70mai A810, and if I click on that, now it is telling me to click on the power button to authorize. So as you can see, it is telling me to click on the power button and just click on the tick button right here. It is now currently connected. As you can see, it connected successfully once I clicked on the enable button on the dash cam. So now the 70mai A810 is added onto the 70mai app, and currently it says as not connected. So if I go ahead and click on that button, it is asking me to enable the Bluetooth. So I'll just enable the Bluetooth and the GPS. Now it's currently checking if the dash camera's hotspot is turned on and the Wi-Fi hotspot is on. So I'll just click on the Wi-Fi hotspot and I'll click on the confirmation button. So here is a 70mai A810 Wi-Fi hotspot, and if I click on that, it will connect automatically once I have entered the default password. So now since it's connected, let's head back onto the app. So as you can see, the app is now currently connected and the video is being live streamed on my smartphone. So this is the main interface of the app. On top you have the live video feed. At the bottom you have the mic enable or disable option. You have a screenshot option or a capture option, more like taking a photograph, and then you have the switch camera button. So if I click on the mic icon, it is going to enable the mic and the dash camera will be recording the audio. I'll just disable it. If I click on the camera button in the middle, it just took a photograph or a snapshot of the live video feed. Following this, if I click on the switch camera button, now it is going to switch to the external camera, that is the rear camera. So as you can see, it has switched on to the rear camera. So let's switch back to the main front camera. So now since it's switched back, let's head on to the album section. So as you can see, it is giving a notification saying that the device will stop recording when it enters the album. I'll click on the confirm button. So as soon as you click on the confirm button, you get all these folders within the album section, that is all videos, emergency videos, parking videos, time-lapse photography and photos. And also it provides these subfolders within two menus, that is categories and timeline. And you can also proceed to the timeline section so that you know when the video was recorded at what particular time as well. At the bottom you also have some RS visual effects and also option to download the videos. The videos are color coded, so this means the green colored videos are standard videos, the yellow ones showing up are the parking ones, and the red one is a emergency video. So as you can see, there is a red bar right here and you can scroll the timeline to the particular section to watch that particular video, and any purple videos colored will be time-lapse videos. So on top you have the date option, so you can select the particular date at which the videos were recorded or the videos which you want to see of a certain date. So that was about the album section. It's very intuitive and I think it's quite user friendly. So now coming back to the main screen, now let's head on to the most important section, that is the settings of the 70mai app for this particular dash cam. So now the settings menu has opened up, and within the menu you find various settings such as the video settings, the parking security settings, smart travel, sound settings and system settings, along with device data and reset device settings. So first of all, let's take a look at the video settings which are provided within this app. So at first you have the video coding option, and if you click on that, you have the option to select the high compression ratio or the low compression ratio. The high compression ratio is storage efficient, major mobile phone models are supported. Low compression ratio, highly compatible, outdated mobile phones are not supported. Following this, you have the recording resolution and frame rate. So if you click on that, you get three different options, that is 3840 into 2160 at 16:9 aspect ratio, and this is at 25 frames per second. Then following you have the 1920 into 1080 16:9 aspect ratio at probably this is 30 frames per second. They have not provided the FPS. Lastly, you have the 1920 into 1080, that is full HD at 60 frames per second. Again, this is a 16:9 aspect ratio, and this probably is again at 25 frames per second. So following this, you have the video clip duration. If you click on that, you have three different options: 1 minute, 2 minute and 3 minutes. So all of these options are similar to what you see onto the on-screen settings of the dash camera. You have the option to enable or disable the HDR. Then again, you have the speed, longitude and latitude watermark, which you can enable or disable, the 70mai logo and the resistance to blink. So you can set the frequency at which the video records. Following this, you have the parking security, and for this you need to have the hardwiring kit installed for the dash camera in order to be able to alter these settings. Then you have the smart travel options, within which you have the emergency video and ADAS. And if you click on the emergency video, it says that the emergency video is recorded during driving after collision is detected. You can enable this and you can set the sensitivity of the G sensor to a high, medium or a low sensitivity. You also have a ADAS setting and you can enable or disable it, and following this you need to calibrate the ADAS before actually starting to use it. In the sound settings, you have the power on off prompt tone and the speaker volume. So all these options are pretty much similar to what you saw in the dash camera. Then you have the system setting option, within which you have the language setting, the screen off time, auto off when no movement persists. So every option is the same as you saw in the dashcam settings. So here in device data you have the synchronized driving route support data, so you can go ahead and click on this. It opens up submenu where it says that it synchronizes the driving route support record data to the mobile phone. Within this you have two different options, automatic synchronization and manual synchronization. So in the automatic synchronization, the data is synchronized automatically whenever it is connected to Wi-Fi directly, and the operation can only be resumed after the synchronization is completed. In the manual settings, immediately it synchronizes the underlying recorded data that supports driving route and is stored in the dashcam to the mobile phone. So you can do it either automatically or manually based on your requirement. You also have the option to retrieve the device log. Lastly, you have the format memory card option in order to format the microSD card, and in the end you also have the factory reset option to reset the dash camera to its original factory settings.